They constantly are talking about how to be a top G and how to manipulate women. I think that's an incredibly destructive message. Do you think that's positive for young men?
A lot of it I do, and I'll tell you why.
That video, do you think that video is?
No, I'll address that video, but what's interesting is he actually had a nuanced approach. He said you need to date them to 3 months.
But
how many women are going to date a guy for 3 months that they are not interested in, that is not there for them, that is not providing for them, that is not protecting from them, that isn't there for them? You don't just slip in and fall into a virgin. I totally understand that. Is you actually need to date these women. So at that point, it's the woman's decision. So my question to you is, how many men...
You don't think that's deceptive? Like, he's deceiving them. He doesn't actually care about them. He's doing things to make them think that he cares about them.
In today's breakdown, Liz Wheeler totally dismantles Patrick B. David's co-host, Adam Sosnick, in a fiery debate on whether Andrew Tate is beneficial for society. As usual, Adam's approach is a mess. He dodges the core issues with irrelevant questions that just derail the conversation. Honestly, I'm baffled why Adam's still part of this podcast. He brings no value, argues from pure emotion, and outright rejects any logical discussion. Meanwhile, Liz Wheeler stays composed, delivers the facts, and completely overpowers him. Predictably, Adam shrugs off all the points and rambles on. So let's not delay any further. Let's jump right in and see how Liz Wheeler schools Adam Sosnick in this intense debate.
You know what? Welcome to modern day dating, baby. Like, this is what happens out there. Men do this with women. Women do this with men.
And you don't think that's destructive?
I think it is what it is. Whether it's destructive or not is your opinion.
Do you think it is? I'm interested in your opinion. Do you think that that's a harmful dating dynamic?
I don't think that that is my objective to dating, going out there and taking virginities. That's not my thing.
Why?
But going out and dating multiple women, I've done that forever.
But do you think it's an honest thing to do?
I don't want to focus on the
integrity?
virginity. I want to focus on the bigger message
women.
here. No, you're missing the point, Liz. What percentage of men are millionaires in the world?
I don't think that's the point. The point is what they're telling young men.
I'm asking you a question, Miss Liz Wheeler, because I respect your opinion. You're beautiful, you're smart, you're educated. What percentage of men are millionaires?
I don't know.
Take a guess. You're smart.
I have no idea.
You have zero.
I'll Google it.
Fine.
Okay.
Tell me the answer if you want the answer. I'm interested in your point.
8% of men, let's say. What percentage of men are 6 foot with six packs? We just did this earlier.
I mean, I'm not 6 foot, but
okay. What percentage?
I got a six pack.
All right.
I don't even know. What?
While you're Googling this, millionaire,
I'm Googling it 'cause I'm
millionaire,
interested in this.
6 foot, abs, in shape, actually a man who is good looking, fit, takes care of his person, a man who can provide, protect, be present for his woman. These, to become the top G, Liz.
What does top G mean? What does that mean to you?
A fucking top gangster, like a top G.
But what does that mean?
A top male, a high value
Alpha male, basically what you're saying.
What do you love about your husband? Go ahead.
I love that he is godly. I love that he is a man of virtue. I love that he is strong. I love that he is a man of integrity. I love that he's
How tall
faithful.
is your husband?
5'10".
He's 5'10". He probably rounds
Served
up
in the
to
U.S.
6 foot.
Navy. Worked for Border Patrol.
So hold on.
Stud. He's a stud.
In a medical provider.
I met your
We
husband.
had lunch
you
with
have.
him, right?
Yeah.
I did. So let me get this straight. He's a tall, good-looking, studly man who's done well for himself.
Yes.
Okay. Don't you think it's incumbent on most men to try to accomplish that?
To be materially successful?
I didn't say that. To be good-looking, successful, leader, in shape, lead men. Don't you think that's important for men?
I think the number one most important thing for men to do is to try to be godly.
That's your opinion.
It is, yes.
Okay, that's your opinion.
I'm answering your question, though. You're asking my opinion if I think those things are important. I think the most important thing for a man to do is to be godly. I think to provide and protect for his wife and his children.
Why don't you marry a priest?
Priests don't get married.
Okay, well, that's their bad. But there are some pastors that do get married. So when you marry a pastor, if that's the most important thing.
But the family unit, the
It's actually
marriage
not a bad
is a
idea if
domestic.
priests do start getting married.
Is the domestic
They'll start
church.
diddling kids.
Takes the pressure off the altar, boys.
I mean, I feel like you.
I'm trying to see where you're going with this.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm not sure where you're going with this either.
The point is this: you're lambasting this man for accomplishing what very few men can accomplish. The fact that he's made all this.
Repeat to me what I said. When you say I lambast him for what he's accomplished, I don't care how much money he has. What did I say my problem was?
Why are you focused on the money?
No, what did I say my problem was with Andrew Tate?
You're missing the entire point of my point.
Tell me what your point is.
Why do so many men, not just impressionable 13-year-olds, men, grown-ass motherfucking men, 40 years old, successful, good values, moral compass, strong leaders, why do those men find him fascinating and resonate with him? Answer me that.
Yes,
why do grown-ass men, not teenagers, actually love these guys.
Let me tell you why.
Yes.
Pause for a second. You know what else would be amazing? You hitting that subscribe button. If you're digging this video so far, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel out a ton. Now, Liz makes a solid point here. Andrew Tate isn't about teaching leadership or self-improvement. He's peddling a fantasy to young men that being wealthy and dominant is all it takes to be powerful. Worse yet, he's pushing ideas of deceit and manipulation as tools to get ahead. Liz calls him out for promoting tactics that basically involve tricking women into relationships just for exploitation. And Adam just waves it off as modern dating, as if that's supposed to excuse it. And that's exactly the issue with Tate's entire persona. He isn't teaching men confidence. He's selling arrogance and entitlement. He's not fostering leaders. He's breeding controllers. And Adam, like so many of Tate's followers, fails to distinguish between genuine success and sheer exploitation. The icing on the cake? When Adam finally asks Liz for her take, and after she lays it all out, Adam's only response is basically to dismiss it. That's what we're up against.
And it's what I said before. Because Western
they're all toxic
culture,
masculinity?
you live in the United States of America. You understand that the most powerful politicians and the most powerful cultural influences, James Cameron, for goodness sake, in Hollywood, called testosterone a toxin. Men are told that if they so much as pursue a woman or ask her on a date, that they are sexually harassing. Men right now aren't afforded due process of law when they face frivolous allegations of sexual misconduct that could be to the level of criminal conduct. Do you understand how vulnerable this makes young men?
Yeah, so because I'm a man. I understand what it is.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I'm asking
let me finish what I'm saying.
Why men resonate with him.
Because of how powerfully men react to being attacked. And then you have Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate coming in and saying, I see you, and that attack that's happening against you is wrong. You don't have to face that. I'm going to give you the secret to avoiding that and to succeeding anyway, when everything from the education system to our legal system to our culture is telling men that they are worthless, that they are bad, that they're inherently rapists. I mean, it's bad what's happening to men. They come in and say, I have a solution so that you don't have to live that. That's more powerful than a drug, Adam. That's why men find it attractive.
You bring up a good point, but you've never been a man. So you're arguing with me, a grown-ass man, and amongst other men, what it's like to be a man and what we're feeling. I can assure you this, my lovely friend, the number one thing that men are not taking from Andrew Tate is the matriarchy's coming against you and you can't go out and talk to women. It's actually the exact opposite. It's, oh, you want more women in your life? You want more success in your life? You want better cars, bigger things, bigger dreams, more beautiful women in your life? Follow these steps. Not, you're a victim. I understand you. I'll give you a hug. Let me show you what's going on.
Adam, so let's do this. You used one of Andrew Tate's words that he uses to describe the attack on masculinity about an hour ago on this show. That's how deeply Andrew Tate's message is in your own mind. I'm observing it.
What's the word?
The Matrix.
Okay.
He's the one that made that word long after the movie become a staple in every young man's vocabulary. The Matrix is after you. Here's how you avoid the Matrix. Here's how you're successful in spite of the Matrix. I'm not telling you how to feel. You can feel however you want.
So
I'm observing how young men react.
Adam tries to argue that Tate isn't painting men as victims. Rather, he's supposedly showing them how to get rich, attract women, and achieve success. But here's where it falls apart. Tate isn't genuinely helping these guys achieve real success. He's essentially running a scam. His Hustlers University program claimed it would make young men rich, yet the vast majority of them earned little to nothing, while Tate raked in millions. Throughout all this, Liz Wheeler stays sharp and logical, steering clear of falling into Adam's emotionally charged traps. She rightly points out that Tate's entire operation is predicated on manipulation, not just of women, but also of the men who buy into his teachings. Meanwhile, Adam keeps tossing around buzzwords like the Matrix, not realizing he's merely parroting Tate's own marketing spiel rather than contributing any substantial arguments. By the end of the debate, Liz Wheeler has thoroughly dismantled Adam Sosnick's feeble defense of Andrew Tate. And honestly, it wasn't even a close call. Adam skirted around the core issues, scrambling to defend a man whose empire is built on deception aimed at young men and exploitation of women. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get the conversation going.